First came Riverdance, then Lord of the Dance, both huge international commercial successes. What followed was a steady stream of similar productions, all capitalising on the audience's desire to continue the Riverdance revolution. Some shows worked, others didn't. Yet what these productions do provide are job opportunities for many of our talented young dancers, singers and musicians. Dancing Through the Ages has enjoyed a run of summer seasons in Youghal and has recently moved to the Firkin Crane Theatre in Cork City. We speak to the producer Richard Foley and the choreographer Paula Goulding. And how did you start off choreographing the show? Is there a theme that you wanted to run through the whole thing?
Well, the title of the show is Dancing Through the Ages, starting from the 1920s and then progressing it through the show like competition-based dance. There's a little bit of that thrown into the middle of the show. And then bring it right up to now, and even at the very end, people have a little bit of surprise, at the end of the show. So kind of bringing my jigs and reels thing into a little bit. Just a little bit. It's all just tasters.
Now, the show began in Youghal and you played there for 4 years.
Yeah.
So what prompted you to move to Cork?
Well, we felt the show was getting bigger every year, and we needed to move it to bigger audience and to broaden our own horizons as well.
So you've danced with Riverdance and shows like Roggers and other shows. How do you find now being the choreographer for this show?
It's different in the sense this year I'm dancing in the show myself, so there's just a lot to take on board between production, direction, choreography, dancing in it. So yeah, it keeps me off the streets for the summer anyway, yeah. No, it's great, it's great. So there's 3 of us involved, Phyllis Foley, Richard Foley and myself, my aunt, my cousin and me, so it's a family show.
Is it difficult to compete with bigger shows that have a bigger troupe, maybe a bigger sound and perform in bigger theatres?
I feel that Dancing Through the Ages has its own entity, and we believe in it. Like I'm sure that any show that's out there, it's difficult to market, but if you take on anywhere, even be Cork City or any city around the world, you have to believe in what you're doing, and which we do, and if you can take it from there and go in there with that positive attitude, I think we can sell it. So, I mean, when Riverdance went anywhere to New York or any city, it must have been difficult to market it from the start. So I think like anything, we have the belief in it, and we have built it up over 5 years, so we feel that we're good enough to take on anything.
Is it difficult to find quality musicians and dancers for a show like this?
We've got a great troupe of musicians and dancers. At the moment, we don't find it that difficult because we're established. Steve Cooney produced our last CD, so having people like that on board and having worked with them, and the way the music is at the moment, the quality of it, anybody we send this recording to join us, they don't have any issue, and they're delighted to become part of the show.
Would you like to see the show become an international success? Would you be willing to bring it abroad, maybe tour in Europe or America?
Of course, you know, that's everybody's dream going into it, but we made a conscious decision at the start when we were setting up this show to start slowly, to take baby steps, get it right, because I don't know, for me and for Richard and Phyllis anyway, it was never going to be from first day, we're going to make this big splash with this big show and lights, camera, action. That was never meant to be it. It's baby steps and keep it progressing surely, slowly but surely. So maybe now, 5 years on, might be less of the slowly and more of the surely, hopefully.